Hey guys, what's up? In today's video, me and the coach for 100 Thieves, Nihil, go over positioning and fighting. Unfortunately, for the first about 15 minutes of the session, I didn't have my voice meter on, so you can't really hear audio. So we're just going to skip that part and start exactly where you can actually hear stuff. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Walking in somewhere where you don't know what angles the enemy team has, and so maybe you just get shot on the side, right, the moment you walk out. So be confident in your positioning, if anything, that if you just maintain decent control where you are, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Right? But having eyes on the enemies helps a lot.
Okay.
Drop down. Crypto's over here.
Let's see how the rest of this fight
Not
went.
with you, yeah.
Altar's on the ground, by the way.
They kill the crypto and reset, so it should be fine, right? Surely.
No,
Although
they
you have to TP
they
them.
polar.
Nope, they got
Oh,
it.
they managed to pull the crypto?
Yeah.
Altar's on the ground, by the way.
See, I would have been such a dick. I see both my teammates up there. I see no enemies on the platform. I would have gone for the finisher and just be like, if they shoot me from
Yeah.
behind, maybe I'll cancel it. But I am demanding that you stop this, and otherwise I'll do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Team up top too.
Here's a... This is
Yeah, we
tough.
dropped.
Yeah. I feel like the moment you guys lose this opportunity, the way I see it, especially like after so many years of playing as an anchor, is okay, is anybody walking up on us right now? That's my first like initial thought. Now you guys are forced to commit to this low ground, and anything that happens afterwards is just like it is what it is. Nice, you get to re-knock, I guess.
Yeah, we got the re-knock, and then I got
Re-knock.
Maggie balled in the face.
Oh, there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's a lot that happens here that went wrong.
A lot of small stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
That like adds up.
Like for one, okay, we are not actively putting pressure on this the way we should. Obviously, this crypto drone, it happens, but there shouldn't be a need to panic here. And your teammate taking this much damage also should never have happened because he's playing high ground.
Yeah.
Like, if you're playing somewhere where you could see everything, you should not be one shot. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
what exactly he's doing to be taking that much damage, but that set you guys back a lot in that fight. And we're balling for what? Like, did they walk up? Are they on the staircase? Are three of them swinging you? Why are we balling there, right?
I
Yeah, I
wasn't
didn't
sure
realize they
because
balled.
there was not much calm on that either. On
Exactly.
What was the
So there's just like a lot of small mistakes that are happening. Like positioning wise, I wouldn't complain too much. Like he has a good, he has a decent. I wouldn't say good. He has a decent spot. Your Valk has a good spot to watch over you guys for the most part. I don't. Again, he's one shot, so that's bad. You could put caustic traps down here, so they can't really take your building. But what most likely would have happened realistically, Valk gets put to one shot. He has to heal. They swing up, kill this guy for free, take your door, and you're dead. Right?
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of little things that
Altar drop down.
should have been cleaned up here. Altar drop down. That's such a good comp. That means there's only two people up top. Most likely, right? He gets to knock for free without taking damage from anyone else. So, experience-wise, for you and your teammate, which is up there, the Valk, you guys should understand right now, he knocks someone for free without taking damage from someone else. That means there's only one person up top. This is free.
Okay.
Yeah, I should look to be aggressive a little bit. Look around, get info on where they are.
And this just comes down to like how comfortable you are with your teammates in general, but here somebody should be screaming to full kill this guy.
Yeah.
Besides that, what you guys are doing in general, which is resetting, is good. But this guy needs to die.
Yeah.
Nope, they got him.
I was trying to hit the finisher on him, and it wasn't like
It wouldn't let you.
it wouldn't let me. That's why it looks like I was
That makes
just
sense.
dazed and confused, but it wouldn't let me hold for finisher.
Can you pause here,
Yes.
Sonny, because I want to point something else out, which is like, I don't think you nor your team during any of this did anything particularly bad. I think you guys are playing fine, other than maybe wasting a Maggie ball that wasn't needed. But it's a lot of small things that stand out to me where I feel like you guys are not quite yet comfortable knowing how to be in control of the battlefield, how to stay in control of kind of your space. It's just like, oh, an EMP went off, so we should be careful. So we're kind of reacting emotionally to the swing of the battle that way, rather than kind of seeing like, oh, we have a building here that's like impossible for people to just walk up at if we're just sitting at the doors. So it's really not that scary. They wasted it too early. And the reason I'm pointing that out here is because when I see your teammate going down here, and it's like, okay, there's 2 more enemies. They pulled that guy, they're probably below. I would actually never drop down and follow him down there unless he specifically needs me to help him finish someone off right now, because it's going to be really hard to chase or force anything on these enemies when they're down there, if you guys are all coming from down there, and you have no more information on your surroundings, versus if you just go above them and figure out where they are. Are they at the backside? Can you look over them? Do you need to drop there? You have infinite time, not just to figure out everything that's going on and try to create a natural opening so you don't have to rush it, but also to communicate and set it up with your teammate, right? So if he's fighting that from the backside, you're playing above, listening to whether they're rezzing or not, you can just poke there forever until you just get a natural opening where you can easily drop on them, or you can just wait for your teammate to say like, okay, I'm swinging down now, you drop on the back, and it like should be pretty impossible to lose that.
Gotcha. Yeah, in my head,
Right.
that was like.
But the way
thought
that you
process
guys
going-
chase,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah. Oh, sorry, I think I'm on a lot of ping. Yeah, I'm on 600 milliseconds, so I'm a little delayed.
see.
Yeah, but I was just going to say, it's like, it's not just hard to chase them, it's also that you're going to lose a lot of information on what's going on around you. So I definitely want you to really start valuing kind of wherever you're playing, what the sidelines are it gives you throughout combat, and realize that don't let that confidence stop you from just playing in positions where you feel like you really know what's going on. Yeah, if something happens to your teammates or the enemy, that you can respond to it at your own pace. And I think that's what it should feel like most fights, when there's no need to rush, right? Is it that you really kind of are in control just because of where you're at? If that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's what's going through my head. I think it's also a little difficult right now because we're not like completely a new team form, but we're still trying to learn like team chemistry. So
Makes sense. Yeah.
no, that all of that makes sense, and I'll definitely take that back and apply it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's good. And something I would just tell my teammates is like, I'm going to be playing, slow is maybe not the right word, but like, I'm going to be playing what I think is properly, unless you specifically tell me we need to rush something. So know that
Yeah.
that is the default on the team, is that we're all just kind of playing our lives, playing our area, obviously aggressing, right? Not doing nothing, but without rushing it or jumping down for no reason. And if you need me to rush, you got to call it out, because that should not
Yeah.
be the default expectation of your teammates.
Okay, that I appreciate that. I really
Hell yeah.
that's really good advice, actually. I think I
I
just needed
got you.
somebody to tell me that because I've been thinking it. I just again didn't have the confidence to say it, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, my pleasure.
Let's hop into another one for now.
Yeah, that was fun.
Web. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Is there any text? Do we have any?
Oh my god, look at the comp, the int comp. That's got to be ranked. I was going to
Yeah,
say.
it is.
It's a bad
I
thing
think this
on
is-
Maggie found.
Do we have? Oh, we do have comms. That's good. Thoughts?
Underneath as well.
Is this clip just this guy frying? Bro just goes crazy for the end game.
Just,
All right,
pulling all
let's
the
see.
balance here.
He's just killing everybody. Let's see. Let's see what else we got. Is he about to just flex on everybody with these clips?
I don't want to be that guy, but I don't think him nor the enemy flexed with that wingman kill.
I know.
First clip, they both looked at each other for 4 business days, being like, "Who's gonna die first? Is it your turn? Is it my turn? What's the deal here?"
Let's see. Looks like things went well for the most part in these.
This one's
clips.
scrims.
Go ahead. What'd you say?
That second clip was scrims.
Scrims?
EU scrims. Yeah.
Is there more scrims? Who is this again? Ray. Is this the guy that's in? Yes. Okay. Take let me just skip through what he has so far and we'll pick one.
There's an Nox here.
Ah, here we go. This should be good. Caustic Crypto Valk.
Oh, yeah,
Physical
yeah,
lead.
yeah.
Already, definitely
Oh.
first thing I'd point out is why is he standing in the open for that long?
Yeah. I'm not hitting him.
Really curious how they take this.
I'm going back to
Are they gonna fight this? Yeah.
This looks like an end game fight too. Like this is probably gonna end where? Up here? By this beacon probably?
Oh, of this
Jojo,
side? Ah.
Dennis, Dennis!
I don't think so, but I don't
20,
know
blood
actually
20.
where this falls. Of just seeing this screen.
Okay, so far we are trying to fight this team, and then a team comes in, crypto ults them for the spot that they're in. So basically another team is trying to do what they were trying to do to a team.
I'm running.
Crack one,
He
crack
tried
one.
to drop. No,
Ooh.
I'm one. It's okay.
Okay, nice good knock.
Hey, play life. I think on my head.
Oh.
Back. Crypto's trolling.
Yeah, the crypto is
Let's go,
trolling.
reset, tries to reset boss.
Lost that with wall hack with this guy
My head.
walking forward.
I like how he's playing it though. I just don't like that he hasn't broken the drone.
One.
On the last kill here,
One,
yeah,
like
yeah.
10 HP. Okay.
But-
She phased.
Okay.
Yeah, that
This-
drone just stays there the whole time, just CCTV, just you know.
I like this
Hunger
clip
Games
though.
Flying camera.
There's an axial.
There's a lot of things that I would point out. So the first thing is like, I understand maybe trying to like, it's tough because if
Yeah,
you
I
kill
hated
this team,
first fight.
yeah, if you kill this team, what are you gonna do besides just get the KP, right? Like, there's just too many risks involved trying to kill this team, in my opinion. Like, yeah, sure, you get 3 points, but it's so early. You could easily die doing this. If you kill one, everybody's gonna know you killed them. Like, the moment you try inting this, I think you're getting third-partied, right? And you guys, like, obviously losing focus on holding your spot made it so that somebody else could come in and threaten your position. But like, I don't know the way, I don't know how like Phony would go about doing this as an ideal, or how you would go about coaching this, Nihil.
In a tier 1 scrim, he wouldn't
I
fight
wouldn't-
this here,
yeah.
but it depends because they have crypto and presumably they scouted around here. If this is completely isolated, this building is probably one of the ones that's best worth fighting for if you are not highly confident on what specific zone it's going to be, because it's got really good kind of prio and option to scout to most zones. Like the Vulcans are all pretty decent. But I just hated that like we're trying to just straight walk at this caustic top
Yeah.
building with no proper way to like close the gap. Like at the very least go around the right and try to coordinate this with an EMP if you are going to fight this. And like, let's try to make it fast. And if it doesn't work, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yes.
Right. And we're just not doing that. We're just kind of looking at it, lingering around, trying to figure out if maybe we can like create an opening, which just takes too long. I don't really
Exactly.
like it. And then there's a team far behind that we should have known with crypto, so
Mhm.
not really worth taking the fight anymore. I don't think.
So yeah, just in general, this looks like a big waste of time right here,
Yeah,
in my opinion. And then you guys try again, and they're gone at this point.
TP, right? Yeah.
It just, yeah, like the first time they walk up and they check it out, if you're not taking that right angle and setting it up, you're just wasting time. Like there's no point in trying to kill this team. And
Yeah,
then
just lingering.
you guys go for a round two, like you're just wasting heals at that point. And you have to be aware that people are watching you. Like there's so many teams around you that they're probably going to be like, yo, look at these dumbasses out in the open trying to kill this team. Did they walk away from their spot? You know, there's that many teams alive. That's one thing about comp. Like, you always be aware that people are watching you at all times. The moment they see you doing something for too long or messing up, or they catch you out in the open, you're dead. So he definitely didn't position himself right. They definitely didn't set up for that fight in general well, and that's why this happened. You guys were out there for way too long.
They're also like not anchoring properly. Like what I don't understand is like there's two options here. Either you're looking to EMP this building and insta clear it so that you can take it, or you're gonna have this crypto like telling you that you can push it and he checks the back while you're fighting it. So the crypto becomes your anchor, right? But the crypto's clearly not looking at your guys' back properly because this team just fucking walks up on your spot.
Yeah. Where
And then
even
we're
is
just
his
fighting
drone?
this on wall hacks on low ground, basically just mechanically chelling people and somehow getting away with it, right? Which is very sloppy.
So it looks like drone at first is hovering over this, but
Yeah.
like
They're
there should
all
be
three
a
just
plan
looking at
to
this.
yeah, there should be a
Oh,
plan
wow.
to immediately execute on this if that's the goal. If like otherwise, it's just there's just no point.
Yeah. I'm
Let's
not
see.
hitting him.
Crypto, like what is going on here? That's what I'm asking.
I'm leading. I'm
Flying
going back
around.
towards the back.
He's flying back towards the area to
Yo, yo,
scout. I'm guessing that's where he comes. A team is pushing.
Dennis, Dennis!
Yeah.
Okay.
And it wasn't even the crypto that called it. Actually, it was a caustic.
as well.
20 and
Yeah.
20.
So it just in general, besides like the setup was not good, and obviously you guys positioned yourselves incorrectly to even go about doing this because you're basically standing out in the open. If two of them decided to peek one of you, you're dead, right? But we're also not like establishing clearly what the goal is. Like, okay, are we gonna kill them for fun? Are we gonna kill them for their building just to get the 3 KP? Are we leaving as soon as we kill them? Like what is the goal in mind? Like, I mean, like you said
On me,
earlier.
on me.
Now, thank goodness this guy goes crazy and he kills all 3 of them.
Base low, base
And he
Yeah.
plays this as a solo. He plays this as a
Still
solo
a
really
big
well.
skill diff. Yeah.
Has to reset, boss.
But it just looked like a really big mistake as a team.
Well, the only thing I didn't
One-
like is how he
one-
played
one-
against the
one-
crypto.
one- like
He's
10
like
HP.
on wall hack, but
He
even if
faced-
he weren't, after
he
knocking
faced-
that first guy, there should be callouts and pings of where you are. And he, he just walks forward and doesn't like try to properly figure out where the enemies are, and then
Yeah.
just wins the duel.
Yeah,
didn't
actually.
So after this first skill, after this caustic, I don't like this backup is good. This is where we should play, and then we should break drone if possible, or like figure out where they are, right? But
20
then
and
against the
20.
second guy, I'm pretty sure he just walks forward.
That crypto
On me,
trolled
on me,
really
on me.
hard. He just
Yeah.
Crack one,
He
crack
tried
one.
to drop. No. I'm one. It's okay. Hey, play knife. I think on my head.
yeah. So this was just he just happened to outplay them, honestly.
Base low.
Just
Base
Base
straight
low,
up.
base low. Reset. Has to reset.
Yeah, that definitely could have been played a lot better. Let's take a look at this one real quick.
MK player. Oh my god.
Lifeline.
Probably a little newer, given how much the gun was at. Oh no, we got a loom. They're loomed up, bro.
Okay, he's back here. Okay, so far, like this, he knows there's action
Killing
going
them,
on.
yeah.
He's hugging the rock. I like this. I
Some
like
great
this.
info from here. Nice distance. Hopefully free kills as they're coming in. Oh, I like that he's going for the right guy first. Then get baited by the left dude. First dude that walks out.
I'm gonna point something out real quick. The way I've always thought about the game, and since I started competing, I always shoot the team with the advantage, because the team with the clear disadvantage, which is team 1 here, they're gonna die no matter what, right? But the team 2, anytime I see this in comp, in scrims, anything like this, I actually shoot these guys, because these guys will die no matter what.
Wait, are they
Well-
two different teams? I thought the
Yes.
guy on the left was the same same team as the guy on the right.
They're shooting right now. Look at these.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So I don't know
You
what
were
you
roboting
think,
for me a little
Nihil.
bit.
What'd you say?
That you're roboting for me a little bit.
Oh, should I switch the server back then? Am I laggy for everyone?
Yes, yes.
Ah, shit. Okay, 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. Try to do this again. Hello? How do I sound?
Good now, good.
Beautiful.
Good? Alright, dope.
Yeah, better.
Okay, so
Suave.
what
That's
I was
good.
saying is I've always been the type to
Yeah,
So this
focus
is-
a team that's under less pressure, right? To ensure
Yes.
that both teams die. I think that's
exactly.
completely valid reasoning for target priority of teams in comp. The problem is I cannot judge this clip by that standard, because when we're talking about who you're going to focus here in a competitive game, it means that I'm already assuming that this player has positioning down to a pred level, and that's not the case. In this situation, if this player focuses the first person they see and has to swing wide because they're on the left and have to shoot around that tree, they're going to tank a fuck ton of damage from the next people that walk out and have nothing better to do than shoot back. So that's why I was happy he didn't like full swing out and start spraying the first guy, because he's just
Yeah,
going to
that's a-
take a ton of
that's true,
damage
actually.
from the second guy, right?
Yeah.
So that's just like a lower level of focusing on the positioning and not overexposing yourself just because you see an enemy when more enemies are about to swing you. But you're right, if this were comp, you have to focus the team that is in the more dominant position, and the team that's just going to die is going to die anyway. And so you make sure that that other team is going to die too. Yeah.
That's true. No, you definitely are right.
Hey,
It's-
I know this dumb as I look.
Holy shit, my throat. I'm gonna get water real quick. 1 sec. Keep them entertained, Neil.
Oh, fuck. What are we talking about? Who has questions? I don't know how to be entertaining.
When you said positioning down to pred level, what would you then expect from this player? Let's say they would be like this good.
Well, I think the biggest thing you'll just notice is how quickly someone intuitively knows how to use whatever's around them, right? So if I give like a diamond player this position and ask them what they should do, they'll probably be able to come up with about just as good of an answer as a pred player. But a pred player doesn't really have to think about it. They've done it 1,000 times. And so the moment the second enemy shows up, they're kind of already strafing back to cover or already like getting the head glitch better. They kind of know what to do intuitively without having to think about it. And as you can imagine, in a situation like that, if you're having to think about it, even just for a split second, that's an extra like 50 or 70 damage you've taken, right? And that makes the difference. If that makes sense.
What did I miss?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
You talking about like situational
pleasure.
awareness or
Good
positioning?
question.
What was that? Oh, he asked the question.
No,
What was
he
the
was
question?
saying like he said I mentioned like pred levels positioning here. So he said, what would that look like? Like, what's the difference? And it's only one rock, right? So I said, positionally, it looks the same. And if I ask like a diamond player how they should play this, they'll probably come up with the same answer of what the pred did. It's just that the pred intuitively does it in real time. And so they're going to take a lot less damage, have a lot better of an angle, because they don't have to think about it like, oh my God, I'm being shot. What am I supposed to do? Go back to cover. And that's like an extra couple bullets that you've eaten and just health that you're losing throughout the fight, which is going to make it 10 times as hard to win.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Dude, I think one of the most interesting like topics in this game or like things is just situational awareness, bro. Like you've done something
Yeah.
so many times that next time you're in the same situation, you know exactly what to do because you've done it before. That's like my favorite thing in this game.
Yeah, that's Spidey sense.
Yeah, I love that. And like that's really what makes the big skill gap between players. Is like sometimes you've done things for the first time, right? Let's just say you've never played comp and you play comp for the first time and you get into an end game, you have absolutely no idea what to do, right? But the next time you learn a little bit and then a little more. That same logic applies to quite literally every single aspect of the entire game, and it's so fascinating.
Yeah.
So 3 clips all from the same game. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this.
Oh, little contest action.
Okay.
1-2 honk my shoe. What a name, dude.
This okay ranked. Solo queue ranked.
Wait, how do you know it's solo queue?
I'm just assuming because I don't hear people talking.
Ah.
Okay, we know that one ran back. I wonder where the other guy went, the lifeline. Okay. Nice. Let's start from the beginning. Right here. Okay. So first thing we do is peek the door. We have information on this guy. Let's see. Chow him. We just saw this guy run by that window. So personally, I don't like this chow. Not the way he did it, the straightforward walk, but maybe hug either this table right here or play for the outside since your teammates are kind of doing that at the moment. I just don't, the reason why I don't like this is because one, you walk straight at him with no cover, right? And two, we know that this guy's here, so the chances of you getting shot from this window or this window are pretty high. Let's see. Yeah. And you take that much damage. I'm assuming you guys just win the fight. Yeah. But I feel like in a perfect world where he plays it correctly, he doesn't take damage or go down because he gets the first knock for free, playing the doorway. But the straight walk at this guy, especially when he has a devotion, is just not good. If he shoulder peeks or crouch peeks with using this table, he would have saved a lot more health, and he would have been healthy enough to kill the other guy with his teammates without going down. This one's pretty straightforward, I would say. Yeah, and then he tries peeking the guy when he's at 1 HP. So there's just a lot of little things here. About what? Yeah, literally 1 HP. Peeks the window. Yeah, that's just like an issue a lot of people that are anywhere between gold and plat tend to run into is they don't actually take advantage of their surroundings or their use of cover, and tends to you guys taking too much damage in situations where nobody should be taking anywhere near as much damage as they are currently taking. Right? So like I said, gets the knock completely for free. Look how healthy everybody is. But decides to keep challenging. I think the lifeline should have challenged with him, yeah, sure. But here he should be taking advantage of this. Very simple. Very straightforward. Take advantage of this, especially because if you have a shotgun. You're going to be outputting probably more damage than that devotion per peak than he is, right? And then last but not least, windows right here. We saw the third player pass by. Just back up and heal. There's no point of you having to chow that. You're not going to kill the guy. Back up, heal, reset, and go to the next fight. Let's see. Do you want to say anything about that one, Nihil?
Wait, can I point? Yeah. I want to point out a couple more things. Because first of all, looking at this, it looks to me like a player that probably is still on the lower end of the amount of hours in the game.
Yeah.
Right? They're not like playing it bad by any means, but you can tell for a couple of these actions that they're still kind of having to consciously make a decision of what they're doing. One of the first things I would do differently is when you're running up to any fight, make sure that you preemptively have the right gun out for the engagement. Because all the way at the start of this, you have the EVA out. You're going to shoot them from there, do like 8 damage, then realize it's the wrong gun. And if you have to switch that halfway through, it's really awkward. And it ends up happening in the middle of the fight as well, actually, where you're like switching guns and seemingly figuring it out, right? So try to make sure that as soon as you're actually running up to where enemies are, you've got that right gun out and you're pre-aiming where you think they're going to be, right? So the pre-aim is pretty good throughout the fight, but it should be the read the whole time. I would have certainly, when running up to the building, not followed your teammate inside, gone around the outside, but I think that's a little bit more of an advanced concept that I wouldn't worry about yet. One more thing that I would say is when you're going inside here and fighting the second guy that Sunny was talking about, I definitely would use that countertop as well. But one thing I want you to pay really close attention to is that you can still see his bullets flying over your head. And so what you really want to do when you crouch behind that countertop is to just look at those tracers flying over it and just wait for them to stop. And that's when you're going to stand up, peek out, and shoot him. Because it means he's stopped shooting. He's either moving, putting his gun away, or waiting, but he's going to have to respond to what you're doing rather than you getting up, walking into the tracers, which is what you want to avoid, right?
Yeah, that's actually true. You run into that situation a lot, actually. People just spraying because
yeah,
they
if he's
assume
just
you're gonna
shooting here,
peek.
the counter, you're especially at this level. If you just go behind the counter, he's probably just going to shoot his entire mag
Yeah.
over the counter, not kill you, and then when you step out, you literally get to shoot him for free because he doesn't have any bullets left, and he's going to be panicking, right?
Yeah. And then obviously this guy, he knows he's outside. He should be peeking the window when he has 1
Yeah.
HP. Let's see. Take a look at someone else. Did we watch Honk already? Yeah. Let's take a look at this one right here. Comms messed up. Oh, they're Swedish. Okay. What the hell?
I wanted to hear the Swedish. That sounds like fun.
Click on this one real quick. Actually, we'll watch the first one. What's this? Can I full screen this?
Oh, tres squads. Vänta.
There is comms,
Oh my god, det
What
var
did he
meningen!
and it's English. But
They look better small or large? Because it looks really pixelated here. Should I do it like that?
it's probably
Wait,
really
this is-
small. Yeah, you know I like them large, but
Okay, so actually, the very first thing I want to call out or point out is this taking the zip line is actually scary because you're going in a straight line.
Yeah.
What is a Newcastle
Yeah.
Seer altar? So I'm guessing the plan is to somehow get on their roof. Yes. Okay, whatever, works out. But it is definitely, if you could avoid ever taking straight line paths that can guarantee your death if one person looks at you, definitely avoid them, especially if you have an altar and you're trying to get to like a high ground. I think they could have just gone up there on foot. Breaking it.
Viral public enemy number 1.
De här är nu precis under mig, de här uppe.
Oh, whoops, sorry. I skipped forward. I want to see what barrel was hitting. Is it that barrel specifically? Yeah, right?
I think so. Left barrel? Yeah.
Could they have just
But I mean, it's
walked
caustic, you
over
never know
this
for
way?
sure, man. Probably.
I just feel like that's a lot of unnecessary damage that if they just, you know, scoot over a little bit to
Yeah,
the
just
right.
bumping out the whole PK.
Yeah.
If I'm this close above someone, I'm definitely very careful with emptying my bag. If I were the enemy and I hear someone PKing the barrel above me, I'm like, cool, that's a great time for me to peek out and shoot them for free because they're going to have limited bullets in the chamber. They're probably not looking at me and, you know, already
Exactly.
rechambering. So just
Not
free
only-
damage.
Not only that, but this is like an issue with like awareness and priority issues, I guess you could say. Right now, your biggest issue is not this singular barrel that if you just walk slightly to the right, you won't take damage from. Your biggest priority right now is there are teams under me and people that can possibly peek me. I need to make sure that my teammates are okay and that I can fight back and fight with them if necessary. Right? That should be the very first thing that should be going through any person's mind in this situation.
Yeah. I would simplify it the same as with the previous player, which is like if you're in a situation where someone could walk around the corner and shoot you, your crosshair needs to be on that position. And if for whatever reason it's not, and they walk out and shoot you, don't panic and shoot back. Just walk out of the sideline because they got first shots on you anyway. It's probably a losing duel unless you have considerably better aim than them, and that's going to help you a lot in like learning the game in a way where you can play more confidently and you don't feel kind of like overwhelmed if stuff are happening in a situation like this that you weren't ready for. Right? It's just to have that decision of like, I'm going to try to make sure my crosshair is where they're going to peek me at. If I can shoot them first, that's when I take the gel and just try to kill them. And if I don't shoot them first, I'm just going to step back, figure out what's going on, and try again from there. And that's how I want you to think about fights as soon as you get into kind of this close of an engagement, right?
I don't know.
Where is their seer? I just realized, where is
He's
this
on
guy?
bottom, dude. When they came up the roof, he was already not coming with. So when the Newcastle died, I was like, well, I'm solo up here on the roof.
Okay, so I probably solo queuing. I try to use my mic when solo queuing just because I get really mad if my teammates like aren't on the same page.
They were talking. I don't know if they're solo queuing. I'm not gonna lie. I
Oh,
think
probably not
these
solo. Yeah,
players
you're
in
right. You're right.
Newcastle are probably
At-
playing together. Yeah. 'Cause they were talking in Swedish, right?
Yeah. So yeah, positioning wise, obviously your seer is in a horrible position if he's not up here with you, right? So one of you guys should probably be aware of that. And since you're altar, you do have this portal. You're not going to use it anymore. Like, let's be real. Where are you going to put this portal in this game that will do anything for you? So you might as well just burn it right now and get your seer on the top floor with you.
Get you, and hopefully pull your Newcastle up since
Yeah.
the team's playing scared.
So we know that there's being shots traded at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, nice using the Q to peek.
Jag är uppe nu.
But the Seer got the Newcastle up while they were fighting. What in the world?
I don't know how.
I guess they were fighting the other team that was also in the building. Because there's 3 teams.
De här är
Must
nu
have been
precis under mig,
That's
de här
crazy.
uppe.
It's a crazy fight.
Hoppa ner här.
Honestly, I don't even blame them for missing. Shooting down on controller sometimes is so hard.
Shooting down in general
Där borta, där
is
borta.
very hard.
Here we go. This is the situation once again. Unless you're out of ammo on your other gun. Wait, do they have another gun?
They should. There was a heavy gun. The quality is too low now to see what it is. Wait, do they not?
Wait, did you have another
Thought
gun
they
in
had
this
a heavy gun.
situation here? Yeah, right? Let's go back.
They do, I think.
Hard to tell.
Vänta.
There is a
PK.
second gun. It's a 30-30.
The
Oh my god, that was
Ah,
a perfect
okay,
30-30.
Yeah, so this is, again, literally the clip we just went over, right? When you're in certain situations, you want to, take out certain guns. Here, this person would have died pretty quickly if they just switched to their 30-30. Right? Just a very basic, fundamental thing that should be turned into a habit pretty early on in the game. Just use the right guns for the right situations.
And even if you miss, it's going to be better. Imagine the guy's out there, you start shooting his feet, he's going to have to dance like a monk. He's going to be so scared. It's going to be funny as fuck.
To be backing up playing. Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
Playing the knock, yeah. Nice. That Newcastle needs to stop moving. I'm going to lose my shit if he doesn't stop moving. Stop moving!
There we go.
Playing straight when you're already dead. Yo!
This is a crazy insult.
Don't drop. I like this video, it's kidding.
Oh my god, okay. Okay.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Fucking...
They felt the adrenaline rush for the first time.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's go ahead and start from the top real quick. So first things first is you guys got the high ground, that's good, right? It looks like everybody was distracted. But I have a really big issue with the caustic barrel being shot at. Because that could have avoided all this damage. And not only that, but the moment that all teammates are, not in the right position, this portal should be used. Right? To get everybody up top and together. Second thing is, let's see, let's skip forward. Not using the right gun for the right situation. Right, so this guy hops down. Everybody's clearly on low ground at this point. Once he jumps down, you should instantly be switching to your 30-30. And then the last thing is, what is this high ground like? Is it a lip or is it a straight drop? Do you know, Nihil? It's a straight drop, right? Like it's just a wall.
It's a
Or
lip,
is it
but it's
like this?
very shallow, so you can still see. Yeah, it's like that, but it's really shallow.
Okay.
So you can still try to aim down and get one shot off before you drop.
Yeah.
You have that
Okay,
on
that makes
advantage.
sense. So that's the last thing is, I mean, this Newcastle should be standing still. Guys, if you're ever knocked and your teammate is playing your
Behind.
shield, stand still. Only move if they
Stick to
ask
fence,
you,
yeah.
okay? And if you're going to
Yeah.
move, it's either backwards or forwards. Never side to side. It's going to fuck them. So just forwards, backwards, or stand still.
Yeah, when you have a knockdown shield, you should strafe the way Coach Frosty says you should strafe.
Yeah, and then, last thing is on the drop here, you have the advantage. Because you could look down, and you also have 2 knockdowns. So you don't necessarily have to drop down. I'm sorry if you guys could hear the music. You don't necessarily have to drop down yet. See if you can look down, do something, maybe even, use your alter Q. That way it's not just like a straight drop where they could fry you for 100 HP while you're falling. And then approach the fight. So, yeah, I mean, in any situation ever, see if there's any advantage. Make sure you just run through all your possible options. And this obviously comes with like time and experience and just bettering your decision making. But in a very simple situation like this, where you're high ground, they're low ground, we have the end zone closing in, just see what you could do in terms of getting damage off before you ever consider
Right.
dropping.
Yeah.
That's that. Yeah, that's it for that one. Unless you have
I have
anything
one
else
more
to
thing
say.
I would say
Go ahead.
on that one. Yeah. For this player specifically, probably not for other people, because I never give this advice. I hate it when people like say like, "Oh, I should have just hit more shots and then I would have won." But I want to point out here, positionally, this was very well played. Sure, like shooting the barrel was a little bit bait. You could have been shot, but you weren't, and you have a positional advantage, good control over the fight the whole time. Had you hit not all of your shots, but the majority of them, I think you would have won that fight every time, even though there's some small things that you could have done better. And so when looking back at fights like that, I want you to try to keep that balance in mind, where positioning is really, really good, but being above them only does so much if you're not able to kill them relatively quickly. And the reason I'm pointing that out is so that you don't try to solve a problem intellectually and look at gameplay and look for information and all of that to keep playing smarter and smarter and smarter, when that's not the problem. You are playing smart, you are playing in good positions, but you weren't able to kill them quickly enough to capitalize on the position you had given yourself, right? So that's an important distinction, and that's where you might want to spend a little bit of time doing like a longer warm-up routine, some form of aim training. Doesn't have to be crazy long, can be like 20 minutes to an hour, let's say, before you play, depending on what your schedule is like. But do that consistently for a while, at least like 2-3 times a week. Do that for a couple of weeks, and you should notice that if you get these nice like high grounds and positional advantages, you'll be able to capitalize off them more, and that will make it feel more rewarding that you are positioning well.
We got a question. Is would you pop a revive on the Newcastle in this situation? So it's a 2v1, even if low health. I think yes. If you have enough time, which I'm pretty sure they did, let's go ahead and run it back.
Or after the Ash jumps down.
Yeah.
Yes, I leave you, snooker!
The screws are relatable,
Right here.
dude. I fucking love that. And the guy just jumps off.
I know, bro. Realistically,
the best clips ever, dude.
yes, they should be looking. Definitely should be looking to pop that res. The only reason you don't or you cancel is if that Ash TP's back up to you. But yeah, I mean, definitely. The way I see this for sure, which I'm surprised I didn't even mention, is in a comp game, all teammates would be screaming to get a res off right now for
The
sure.
res is, yeah, the moment he jumps down, for sure. Yeah.
And that obviously, the only thing is, you're presented two options after you do that, right? The first option is the person down low starts healing, or they start trading reses. So you start resing the moment they start resing, or other way around. They try to res, so because of you resing, right? So now you're stuck between, do I get this res off, or do I look down and shoot? And the way I see it is, I would probably look down and shoot, because there's a slight chance that I could catch them in the open. Even if it's for 50 damage, that 50 damage could completely change the fight. But I'm taking that advantage. I'm looking down and I'm trying to do any damage I can while their back is turned to me.
Yeah, you should always be able to kill them for free if they start resing here, because even if they're hugging the wall, the animation pushes them far enough off the wall that you just get to shoot down on them for free. And he just dies.
So to answer your question, yes. Definitely in any situation like that where you have time on your hands, you should for sure try to go for the res on one of your teammates. Go ahead and pull up another clip.
What if I don't res him, solo clutch, and then say I'm better than them? That'll make me
or you could do that, yeah.
Very good about myself.
Low-key, that's I'd probably go for the 1v1. If I'm playing ranked, bro, and I'm just solo queuing, I'm just sending that Ash. But yeah, realistically, in a comp game,
I wouldn't have been able to take the 1v1, because the moment he jumped down like that, I would have been dying laughing too hard to fucking
that's actually true.
to play the fight.
He fucking flew. I don't even think he meant to do that. He just flew.
No, he was trying to just get like an aggressive peek and just went fucking off the side. He was looking at her too, like, I'm coming for you, baby. He just fucking drops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what this is. It's a pretty long clip. Coming in from zone. Oh. Is that...
Oh my god, we have another MNK clip. MNK bang.
Let me just skip through real quick just to see what's going on. Like, okay. Okay, so we're taking a evac and we land at the choke, but it looks like a team is behind you guys.
Surprised they didn't know there was another team in
Yeah.
this thing.
This is actually a good game, bro. It's ranked Diamond 4. Look at the zone 3, and there's 10 squads alive.
Yeah, it's crazy amount of teams alive.
Look at where the Maggie went. The Maggie is like
What'd you say?
off to the left. The Maggie. Look at the
What
Maggie.
the fuck? Wait, yeah, that's true. I didn't even see that.
I remember coming to like land on the choke, and then Maggie just went in the complete opposite direction, and I didn't notice. That's one of the reasons we got shit on here.
Fuck?
Oh, she phased out just in time.
Oh,
Literally right
burning butt.
Does she have? Okay, I mean, clearly the Maggie's trolling. So that's the first thing
You
we're gonna
don't,
point
like,
out.
If you don't like go out to like the rock in front of you or something and get a long angle here, I'm gonna be upset. Okay, I'm slightly upset. It's not very bad, but
Fix the truck. Oh, let me turn it back on. Sorry. Yeah. So.
I hate how close he's playing here, especially when I'm
Yeah.
It's like you got caught with your pants down in an absolutely horrendous position where you're probably presuming you might just die. God graces you with a way out, and then the moment you go out by 2 centimeters, you're like, you know what I should do? I should get closer when they have like a man advantage on me, just in case they want to give another opportunity for me to get fucked in the butt.
Actually,
But I did not realize the Maggie was in Narnia. I thought she landed with us, but that was my bad for not noticing.
well, the thing is, yes, that's true. But even if the Maggie is with you guys, there's no reason to apply pressure to this team because they have to walk at you, considering where the zone is.
Yeah,
Right.
them walking at you, if you're a little bit further away here, is like horrendously bad for them. It's really, really hard for them to cross the gap. And any of them that are on controller, if you're poking them from farther away here to start the fight, you're likely going to create an opening on which you guys can aggress and walk up. But if you're on the truck and one of them manages to walk at you, you're probably going to lose that one. Just keeping it real.
Yeah.
Right? And you can have your opinions about inputs, whatever you want, but if you want to be very effective at grinding RP, you do need to play to the strength of yours, right? It doesn't mean you never go in close range, but it certainly means you're trying not to give them free gap crosses if you can avoid it.
You know what I will say though? You know what I will say? Do you go by Mark, by the way, or do you go by Marked, like the whole name?
Either one's fine.
Yeah, I will say this, Mark. I like the fact that you smoked them instead of smoking your feet here.
Instead of yourself.
Because I went over a session with Mark, like what, a week or two ago, right, Mark? Something like that?
Yeah.
And I had a long talk about his smokes. Because he tended to smoke his
On his
teammates
feet,
LOS
the
or
shift
his
smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And it would have screwed you here too, because like the moment you run up, it doesn't actually cover you. So
yeah.
you just take damage.
Like the moment you get to here, they
Yeah.
see you. But I like that just in general in this situation, you didn't just panic smoke your feet. So I can tell that you're actively trying to work on your smokes on Bangalore. You know, sadly you did miss the smoke. I mean, it is pretty hard to land it on them. Let me see. Let me watch it back. Like, I don't blame you for missing the smoke here because you're getting shot at, you're taking damage, you're low, you know. But the fact that you did try to smoke them is better than you doing that old habit of smoking your feet and not only, you know, cutting off your line of sight, but like just panic smoking, right? So like we said, the other thing is in this situation, let's just say your Maggie's with you, right? You should not be applying pressure, like we said, because the zone is behind you. Just play it long. Just play it far. They're forced to come to you. On their way to this walk-in, you're going to get free shots on them. And if you don't, by the time they do maybe get close enough, you'll probably, I'm not 100% sure, you'll probably have Bangalore ult. And you'll have the advantage because this is all open field, right? And it's a pretty narrow area to choke. So they're forced to play it very awkwardly because of this. Okay. So that's just... How do you even apply this though, like Nihil? How would you apply this so that it's forced into a habit?
Yeah, I was wondering how they get away from this. Like even with the Maggie, because it's all open, and I'm not sure how they like get to high ground.
I mean, smokes. You're talking about this team, right? Like we're talking about Mark's team.
Yeah, but since you said like right there they're getting pressured, and then they're stuck here. Do you think they have time to like get the two smokes to walk up?
Yes, right here. Fuck.
You
Or to
potentially
get to high
don't
ground?
even need the smokes. All you need to do is be at a safe enough distance that you can look at them. You're going to shoot at them, they're going to shoot at you. If they shoot on you, you're just going to sit there and pop a heal with your overflow. But as soon as you crack them, you can walk away and your problem is solved, right? Like,
I mean,
it really is that simple.
This is like the perfect example right here, actually, of what you just said. So obviously he gets fried, right? But he fries this guy.
Yep.
In return.
Yep.
And it gives him the opportunity to heal up a little bit and to get a slightly better angle than he had.
Yeah.
So look, here, he's able to move.
He can get some distance and get a way better angle, yeah, because you were stuck in a shit spot. Even taking damage here to move, I think is totally worth it, just getting out of that spot. But what I would say as well as a general habit is don't cross the gap just because you can. Cross the gap to the enemies because if you don't, you lose the advantage, which means you need an advantage first. When you backed out here, all you did was reset it to a neutral fight. You don't have an advantage. So you shouldn't be trying to close the gap on them. You should be trying to just shoot from here, where if you lose the trade, that's not really a problem. And if you don't lose the trade, that's when you're trying to aggress. When you've actually forced them off the angle to go back inside to heal. Because then if you do nothing, now you're losing the advantage, right? That's the time that you want to move up, right?
Are
So,
these
like, if
fine?
they had been 3 in this situation, do you think, like, if they get a crack or a knock, do you think they should, like, just push up and clear them?
If they get one crack, probably not. But if it's enough that they're not going to stop you
Yeah,
from
like,
walking up,
one
then yeah, I
like
would ape it.
150
If I think we can kill it.
and 100 or something.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
always situational, right? Depends like how many of them are peeking, where are they looking. If they're all 3 head glitching perfectly and you crack one, you're not going to be able to walk
Yeah.
up. But you'll be able to tell that pretty damn quickly. But if you've just done enough damage that they're backing off the angle or that you think you're going to be able to wipe them, that's when you call to aggress. You try to do that quickly. You take a little bit of risk so that if it doesn't work, you also, as quickly as possible, are able to get out of there. Right? That's something I want everybody to understand as you get in higher and higher level of Apex. Your decision making is completely fluid. If you win your trade, you're probably going to be aggressive. If you lose your trade, you're not. And that's how you should apply it. There's not like an aggressive play style or a non-aggressive play style. Everything is just based on what happens in the fight. Right?
There's actually like a little checklist that I think all players to slowly get better should go through. I'll go over it after this clip. But there's definitely like a very basic checklist that all of you should mentally go through when taking a fight or taking a position. Okay,
How much
go
blood do you have,
ahead.
Myth?
What is this? Scrim fight clip RV?
207, 207.
Holy shit,
me
is
a
this
follow.
all 3 POVs? What the fuck?
Just
One on height, one on height.
Why, this is fire. What the hell?
Yep.
I don't know which one to watch.
Second. Yep, you're.
David, stabilize on, stabilize second.
Oh, we have the VOD review
Yep,
POV.
yep.
Yeah, the whole thing.
I got scanned.
Okay, so from what it looks
Yeah.
like, Zone is over here.
Is it
No.
the Ash? That's the person that's here? Is that what I heard?
Let's see. We have boxes. Yeah, so who do we have? 3 POVs from a team I'm coaching at the moment. Looking to see.
Oh,
if
team
feedback.
that coaching.
Right, I pointed out having better line of sight of teammates to cover fire on lower doorway planes. Stairs. Okay, so the first thing I'm actually trying to figure out is this fight necessary? I'm trying to figure out where the zone. Oh, perfect. There we go. Okay, so the zone is coming this way, and they end up what? Somewhere around. Okay, let me let it play out now. This is the same game,
We're
right?
gonna stabilize on beacon building.
Yeah,
and
it
wait
should be
for
one
third.
game. You
Perfect.
can,
Easy.
yeah, they're just on the rotate into green.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, heights clear. Hey, we're clear. Drop
It's
down.
in the scouting from bridge. Very proper. We love that.
On neon, that's fine. Another light mag if anyone.
And then we
I know we've already
all
got
3
lots,
run
like
into the building and
three.
immediately give up all line of sight. Sick. Cool.
Okay, they evacuating. Yep.
I just hit ring scan.
Yep. Teams just hit beacon scan on far blossom
Okay, that's a good comm. So
over here.
they know
Someone
they
hit
did
me.
that.
Do I go high?
Yeah.
Yeah, come height.
How much blood do you have, Myth?
That's okay. So that's this is such a coin toss because either they leave because the scan gives them enough information to say, okay, there's no one up ahead and we can
But they
take
can go.
advantage.
Yeah.
Or
Or they
they're
both
like,
go
wait, we
up
could
here.
fight this team because we know they're there and they
Yeah,
probably
it's
don't know what's going
isolated.
on yet. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the first thing I would probably comment on, and is this is such a big coin toss. The moment I see them scan, I would probably, if I'm being honest, I'd probably either just send my Ash, or I would wait to see if they take this, just because it's so risky. It is so risky. So you guys triple take the zipline.
207.
I think you just should just send the player you like least. Whoever's most replaceable. Just send the guy forward to check.
Yep, you're.
David, stabilize on, stabilize second.
Okay, I
I
like
love
that.
the call to stabilize second
Yep.
immediately when people
Yep.
have to back up.
Yeah.
Nice. Get barrels
I go
down.
scanned.
I'm
Get a
just
barrel
healing,
on the
yeah,
side
all
of the
good.
door because the door's broke, but that's okay.
I like this a lot because now if they do want to fight you, they're forced to take the fight down to you, and you guys have a caustic. So they either peek this doorway and they funnel through, and all of you guys get free shots, or you do enough damage that they
Yeah, they do
can
Great
take
job
the.
of not.
Go ahead.
They do a great job of not being visible on the drop
Yeah.
down as well, so the team
Yeah,
has
yeah,
to
yeah.
actually like peek in all together, which is really nice.
I like that a lot for sure. But yeah, like you guys
Good
are
plans.
making them bring the fight to you. So for if they do peek this, you can definitely easily take their zipline up and take their spot instead. But what I'm assuming should happen here, unless they're, very horny for a fight, is they should just stabilize as well, chill, and then
Yeah.
the other team will probably leave.
Yep.
This is also Apex South, unfortunately, so very
Yeah,
intimate
So very,
lobbies.
very
I'll stand
NT.
at the balcony.
Yep.
They can. They're on balcony. They're on balcony.
Yeah, just that's fine. That's
The
fine.
wasted pub. Okay.
So now I'm wondering how many are on balcony. Because if it's all 3 on balcony, the first thing I'm saying is take their zip line or drop down again. Like, I'm for sure probably going up if I'm going to bring the fight to them. Because at that point, like,
I'm
Get
batting
traps
on
up
back.
if
you can take their height.
I'm on cooldown.
I'm holding door. I'm holding door.
They're in bubble. They're in bubble. They're in bubble.
Yep.
Ooh, this is scary because now this guy can't see what's going on.
Yeah, Ash is out of the fight.
Yeah, Ash is
entirely.
completely out of the fight. If they get swung, if anything happens, these guys are taking all the damage. So
Yeah, this would be sick if this is like us sneaking up on a team and Ash trying to get an off angle, but this is like they're potentially being assaulted and the Ash just can't help out at all.
I'm out of it.
and now the Gibby drops
What a
down. This is
sexy
such a bad play from the Gibby. Like, why is
Yeah.
he giving this up to look down here?
Tried to kick her in the face too.
Halting.
Give me on my door. Give me on my door.
Yeah. I'm overlooking him.
I mean,
Yep. Can you shoot him?
Bang
I, dude, so one issue I've had since day one or since a long time is, guys, if you're ever stuck at a door, please don't sit there. Do not sit. I don't care if it means it also takes them out of the fight. It is such a waste of time. It is a waste of time, and you're just like a sitting duck. You might as well like leave the game at that point. Just don't do this. Don't ever do this. If you're able to leave, back up, walk away, force them to chow the door, do that instead. But just please don't ever just sit on a door and do nothing. Do not do that.
I'm selling.
Like, he could just ditch this Gibby and just either do the little dash away, force him to peek, or just TP away. Like, he has a TP. If the Gibby takes your TP, you just fry him when he comes out.
Give me ulted again.
But like, he's just sitting at the door, bro.
I'm fucking.
Oh my god. Yeah,
It's
no,
kill mating.
That's just you up there. Yeah, I've got Gibby on my fucking.
dude, get off that
I'm putting
fucking
him, I'm putting him.
door. Jesus Christ.
I'm resting.
Behind me, on Bob. Low. Nice.
I like that he finally did that, but he waited way too long.
Oh, fucking doorway.
And I'm guessing you typed that out, right? I read that. Let's see. Teammates to cover
My
fire.
main thing I pointed out was that the Newcastle could have used his Q, I think, and then he didn't heal up after the initial crack. And
I did see that, yeah.
He chowed the wall, which I think he should have, like, if he was that hurt, he should have maybe healed up before even like thinking of chowing that.
Yeah, what I would definitely tell him as well is like if he's backing up and telling his teammates that he's healing there, it doesn't even matter if they get swung because it means he can just cancel his heal, but he'll be shooting second, not the one getting shot, and they'll kill whoever like did that for free, and then he can just continue healing. So it's not like he even misses out on anything as long as he's like somewhere where he can still go and peek at the fight.
The other thing right now is let me see. Let me let it play again.
Stand at the balcony.
Yep.
They can. They're on balcony. They're on balcony.
Yeah, just that's fine.
I'm
Get
batting on
traps up
back.
if you can.
I'm on cooldown.
I'm holding door.
They're in bubble. They're in bubble.
Yep.
Okay. So the other thing that I'm having an issue with, besides like the biggest issue in my opinion, which is this guy wasting all of his time on this door, is nobody's taking command. And this is, it's funny because like this is what I just went over like the last session, the first week, is there should always be somebody taking command. Doesn't matter who it is, just somebody needs to take command of the situation and map out an idea, right? So like either they need to call the Ash back up and swing this, or the Caustic and the Newcastle have to speak to each other and figure out a plan together to take an advantage. Or just in general, the way I used to IGL is I would have plans like the second anything would happen, right? So here, like I said, you guys are playing under them. What I would say is, guys, we're going to wait for them to peek this door, or I would tell them, if we have the opportunity, after they drop, everybody take the zipline and take their height. So the fact that only information is being, traded, I'm not the biggest fan of, because anybody can do that, but what are you supposed to do with that information? You know, like if all we're saying is I'm healing, guys, I'm backing up, I'm reloading, guys, they're right here. Oh, this guy's over here. Oh, he's sitting on my door now. Oh, it's two at the door. Like, okay, what do we do though? What are we gonna do with that information? Somebody just needs to take control and command their teammates so that they're all on the same page with a set plan. Because if not, nothing's gonna happen, which is pretty much what happened here the whole time.
There's no back and forth at the moment between the teammates because like the Ash comes to look. Can you get shots on the door? But I don't think there's a reply, or there's too much chaos going on.
Exactly.
We can't figure it
Yeah, I
out.
also don't think they can at all.
I'm climbing up behind them. Never mind.
I'm ulting.
Give me on my door. Give me on my door.
Yep. I'm overlooking him.
Yep. Can you shoot him?
Bang on outside. Bang on outside. I'm selling. Can't.
Give me ulted again.
No cans. No cans.
I'm fucking dead.
See you low.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah, it's just I'm just really not I'm not a big fan of this. Please make sure that this guy doesn't ever do this again.
Yep, will do. Thank you so much.
Give me on my fucking.
What else would you probably point out, Nihil? I'm still like I'm still really set on if they drop, take the zip line. Like I wish somebody would have said that because that would have been a really good idea.
Yeah, if they all drop, it's like hard to tell whether they did or not. So they probably like couldn't have figured that out in time.
Let me bring. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, definitely as early as possible, someone should try to figure out what the goal here is, and it's not always clear. Like you can't just calm something if you don't know yet whether you're going to be able to counter push or not. But if we either see that the way the enemy team is splitting up, that we can take the fight anywhere, or if we see that we just need to stall, someone needs to call it, because it looks like we're like playing for different things almost.
Yeah.
Like there's a point there where the fight starts going bad, Newcastle starts going down. It should be incredibly clear. Like, are we backing up? Are we fighting? Are we like trying to play for a res here? Do you need to look for me, right? And the more of that we can get throughout the fight, the better. As soon as we're like healthy, try and figure out: are we staying? Are we just trying to stall? Are we trying to counter push them? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I wanted to go back to the comm thing just really quickly because I did go over that recently. There's three types of, comms. There's informational, there's commands, which is telling people what to do, and then there's like suggestions. And then there's like a middle ground. There's like suggestive commands. So like, hey, can you peek this? It's like suggestive, but you're also commanding if they're able to.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did a lot of this informational. But from what it seems like, just off this one clip, obviously, we haven't seen this team play a Pro League day or multiple sets of scrims or anything like that. But what it seems like is in situations that are very, intense, they are missing the conversation aspect, which is the back and forth. Hey, can we do this? Can we do that? Or like, what's going on? And they're also missing somebody that takes command. Now, like I said, there doesn't have to be one specific person that does that. It could be anyone, as long as somebody's able to communicate, hey, we need to do this, or we are going to do this. It'll make a big difference, like a very, very big difference.
Thank you so much. I'll pass it on.
Now, the last thing I want to go over. Go ahead.
How would you practice like getting better at like calming during fights and stuff? Because like I have I'm the IGL on my team, but I'm not like the best fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like my fragger guy to like do that, but he doesn't always make like the best fighting decisions. So like, how would I be able to like practice getting better at like telling him off and like telling him how to like, oh, don't do this, like,
Yeah.
If that makes sense. If that makes any sense.
You want to go first, Nihil, or you want me to go first?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. So to practice communicating as an IGL, obviously you're not going to, you can't make up for their decision making. Like if somebody happens to swing out before you say play slow, there's nothing really you can do about that besides like kind of try to salvage the situation by saying come back. But if you want to practice it as best as possible, you literally just have to spam it, right? So like if you're gonna practice mechanics, what do you usually do? Like if you're trying to practice your aim, you just spam game modes that you just aim the whole time, right? If you're trying to spam, or if you're trying to get better at any situation ever in this game or any skill, you just spam it. So anytime you play ranked, anytime you play scrims, anytime you play pubs, anything at all, you're going to try your best to practice literally telling your teammates what to do in all aspects. Whether it's something as small as give me your lifeline cue, or something as big as all three of us are going to swing this back door right now, right? So, but it also, your awareness kind of comes into play as well. You have to know what situations are good to use what type of like play to make, I guess, if that makes sense. Like if there's three people staring at a door, you're not going to tell your teammate swing that door. So obviously that also comes into play, right? But yeah, if you want to get better at it, you just have to practice it. And
just go do it. Just go
yeah,
do
exactly.
It. I think I've done it.
I actually talked about this last week, but when I first started trying to, get better at communicating, I always just played I just played open mic. And sometimes it doesn't go well, obviously. Your teammates are going to bitch at you or they're going to get mad at you, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Sure.
And I would just practice like trying to speak to my teammates, and in dire situations, right, in fights in the heat of the moment, even if you have teammates that are pissy at you, they're going to listen to you because you're the only person talking, right? Sure. If you tell someone to swing something, they're probably going to do it. So yeah, just practice. You shouldn't care about whether or not it's the right call to make. Just practice it, because your goal right now is to get better at that specific skill, not to determine whether or not the call you're making is good or not. That'll come down the line as you practice making calls. You'll realize later, oh shit, last time I told this guy to swing this, it didn't go well. Let me tell him to play it slow this time. But yeah, like I said, the first thing you're trying to lock down right now is speaking and going through all the types of communication, right? So like I said, let me go back. Where's it at? Here it is. Examples. Yeah, so informational, it's just relaying any kind of information. So I'm hitting the beacon, full team ratting in the building, 3 squads alive, I need ammo, just very basic things. The second one, of course, commands. We need to swing this now. Go hit the beacon and come back. Use your Maggie ball, just things like that. And then, of course, like I said before, there's suggestive, which is, can you do this? Can you do that? If we do this, what can we do this? So just try your best to practice these 3. I'm actually going to copy this and post it right now. I'll have that in there for anybody to read, go back and look at. But now I wanted to go over the checklist real quick for this. So when it comes to fighting and positioning, there's a very basic checklist. Nihil, feel free to judge it or add on to it if I'm missing anything. There's a couple of things you guys have to consider before taking a fight. The first one is very basic, your shields, right? Do I have better shields, or am I on the same level of shields as the enemy team that I'm trying to fight? Better or worse? Now, obviously, if they have better shields, like a purple and you're on a blue, you have to consider other things now. Positioning. Are they on high ground? Oh my god. Ground or low ground? Now, if you have a team that's on high ground and they're on a cliff and you're on low ground and you're trying to take the fight to them, obviously, that's a very clear indication of, I shouldn't take this fight, because they can look down at me and back up and use a head glitch or just stop peeking me at any point. I don't have the option to do that, so I probably shouldn't take this fight, right? What was the other one? So there's shields, positioning. What am I missing? Oh, what's the goal? So if this team has a better spot than you, obviously you're going to take that fight, right? So if you're, let's just say, where's my pen? So for example, zone is closing, you're playing over here, and the team is here, right? And that's your only option. to go that way. Obviously, you're going to take that fight, right? But now let's go back to Mark's situation where he lands this person landing like, closer to the zone. And he's fighting people that are even further out of the zone, right? So what is the goal here? Why are you fighting this team, right? They're a threat, yes, but at the moment you should be prioritizing this area and then kill them, right? So when taking a fight, you should always figure out your shields, your positioning, whether, who's on high ground, who's on low ground, and the goal of the fight. Does this team have a better position, or am I wasting my time taking this fight? What am I truly gaining out of killing these guys? Yeah, did you, Nihil, anything? Those are like the very basic principles.
No, sounds good.
And then what's the other thing I went over? Just like more, I guess, niche things. I have a video where I spoke about it. I actually want to pull it up really quickly. Give me one sec. There were specific things in that video that I liked that I can't remember at the moment. Here it is. Wait, this one rotating. YouTube. Playstyle, zone priority. Further it is, the easier. More time than they. Zone priority is exactly in this one. Oh no, it's how to rank. Sorry guys, one sec. How to rank up. How to rank up. Where is that at? There we go.
Yo, what's up, you Apex Legends degenerates? Season 18 is...
Here we go. Choosing fights correctly. I perfect.
Your POI correct.
I'm gonna let this play out.
You always want to prioritize edge and landing on edge during the first half of the game. What this does for you is actually help you take more isolated 3v3s, get third partied less often, and you'll be the team third partying more often than not because you're rotating in behind these teams that landed centrally. Now moving on to step 2, choosing fights correctly. So in order to choose fights correctly, you always want to look at 4 different things: where you are on the map, how many teams are alive, where the zone is pulling, and what kind of armor you and the enemy has. Now let's use this fight as an example. There are 14 squads alive. We are more towards the edge of the zone. We have triple purple armor. We know the team up ahead has blue armor, but we also do know that there is a team waiting to third party us across the zip line. So this is actually a fight you don't want to take and you want to avoid, because not only do you get third partied instantly, but there are way too many teams alive on the map still rotating into the zone that will come up and shoot you from behind. So now let me give you an example of a fight you should take. For this game, we landed at an edge POI and rotated very late into zone 1, meaning that we're the last team rotating into the zone. Nobody else should be behind us, eliminating any possible third parties. We know that there's 17 squads alive, but since it's zone 1, there's more than enough space for us to take this fight without getting third partied just yet. We also know that both teams, ours and the opponent, have similar armor levels, making this fight as fair as possible in terms of health. And to start the fight, I was able to get the first knock, therefore giving us all the green light to
Only thing about this is a hard fight because this team is on high ground and we are on low ground. So it's going to be 2 times harder to take this fight simply because of that.
Take this fight.
Horizon open. I horizon open myself. That'll be horizon ult.
Nice.
I'm gonna bat here.
Now, let's move on to step number 3, prioritizing zone over KP. Prioritizing the zone over getting kills in Apex has always been the most consistent way to gain points. Whether it's ranked or a competitive game of Apex Legends, this is just the way to do it. Especially with more recent updates, Apex Legends ranked.
Anyway, you guys get the idea. So any questions about any of the things we just went over in the last like 10 minutes? Or just questions in general, like if you guys are wondering anything at all.
The silence. I have a question for Carrot. This was Carrot's team that we were talking about. Yeah. You mentioned your teammate is the better fighter out of the team, but doesn't make the best decisions. Is this like a competitive team or a ranked team?
Kind of. It's okay. So it's actually just me and 2 of my friends, and we just decided that we wanted to play like PSQ and like do some EEC scrims. We're like mid-high diamond right now, but they're kind of like they're both kind of ranked. Like they just like running at people.
Yep.
which is fine. And I try not to be annoying about it, but I've been watching competitive Apex for a couple of years, and I've always just loved how it kind of shapes up. So I try
Yeah.
to wrangle them back in to try to like make the best decision making, and like zone calls and stuff. Like that's my job, and then they go do their thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, so one thing I would definitely do is just have a talk with the friend of yours. Both of them, or whichever one of them is going to be the more aggressive one, and just be like, I think this will work out best if you are able to not worry about the bigger picture and go take the risks, and that I call you back if that's a bad idea. But what that requires is that they take utmost responsibility for their life and how they play it, so that they do improve that decision making over time, right? Because it's quite important to have both on the team. And so that just requires a little bit of an honest heart to heart where you get on the same page of like, hey, I actually like you doing that, but it means you will be held to a very high standard. And you shouldn't take that personally. And if you guys can agree on that, I think it's a dynamic that will work out very well.
Yeah, that is one of the tough things about doing it with friends. I'm like, it's like sometimes I want to be like, yo, that was really stupid, but then I'm like, I don't want to be an asshole about it.
There is
Yeah.
a way of doing it though, Carrot. Because I dealt with the same thing back when I was with Noko and Zednam. They were my friends, but they were also like rank grinders, especially Zed. He was just very int, but he was good enough to make up for it. But I found ways to condition them. So if you're able to figure out what kind of personalities your teammates have and how they play and all that stuff, like if you really get down to the nitty gritty and figure out what kind of people they are and what kind of players they are, there is a way. Like for me, I did have the talks. I did sit down, talk to them, and we did call out Zed very respectfully, obviously, because I've never been for being an asshole. Like I've never been. How do you say, like, the tough love stuff? I don't really do that. I'm always like very respectful. I'm like, hey, bro, like, we love you as a player. We know you're really good, but you need to listen more, and we need you to play your life more, and blah blah blah, and this and that. And the way I went about it, outside from the talks, in game, I found slow ways to like condition them. Right. One of the ways was constantly asking questions like, "What are you doing over there?" Or "Is there a reason for you to be there right now?" Or like, or I would find ways to like, just reel him in. But yeah, it's definitely possible. Another little example was they used to waste all the heals. They used to always peak the whole game, and we'd have no heals at end game. So a way I found out to condition them was I would keep all the heals. So I'd have like 6 bats, 16 cells. And when they would run out of heals, I would tell them, oh, I don't have any heals to drop you. But meanwhile, I had all the heals, right? So slowly they started just holding on to their heals because, I mean, obviously it's important to have heals endgame, right?
Sure.
So I slowly made them better at not wasting their heals, not over peaking, not doing dumb shit. So it does take time and it does take some hard conversations, but it is definitely possible.
Okay. Yeah, 100%.
What I would also remind you of is I think it's very commendable not to want to be an asshole. And I think we should all do that because it'll make everything a lot better. But be careful that being avoidant of having a difficult conversation is not the same as being nice. And at that point, you're sabotaging both of you. Obviously, you want to talk to them in a way that it's going to be productive, that you're not unnecessarily hurting their feelings or blaming them. But feedback does need to be given if you all want to improve, and it needs to be a two-way street. So you need to just find the right way to say it, and that's all you need to do, right? Is you can totally do that without being an asshole, and it just takes a little bit of extra, like taking an extra 30 seconds to think of how can I phrase this constructively.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, because I mean, like, I agree with that, like taking 30 seconds to like really think about it. Because there's some times where I like in the moment, I'm like, okay, that was stupid. But then I have to like I sit back and I think about it, and then I just don't really like the moment's already gone. Like I'm like onto the next, it's like, and then we don't really talk about that. But like maybe taking a second to really discuss that would be a good thing.
We got
and sometimes it's hard in the heat of the moment, so you just wait for a quick out of game discussion. That's also fine.
I want to answer this last question, and then I'm gonna have to go because it is my niece's birthday party. But you said if a team had a better position, you obviously should push them to take it. Let's see. Wait for a better opportunity. So this is where it gets. This is where we start going more in depth. This is where like the game starts. How do you explain it? Like there's a lot of depth to the game, right? So obviously you can't answer all questions or all situations with just one answer. But yeah, I mean, in a situation where the only option you have is to fight the team for a better position, then yeah, that's all you should do. But if you're in a spot where multiple options are presented for you, or 0 options are presented for you, then yeah, you should definitely do this at the end. If there's an opportunity that's presented because you have no options, then just wait for that. Definitely. But if an option is never presented, there's just a simple phrase I like to follow in Apex is don't wait for the game to play you, just play the game, right? So position, just take a slightly worse position and wait for an opportunity. Yeah, so to answer your question, yes, it would be better to take a slightly worse position, wait for an opportunity pop up, and then play based off of that opportunity. What do you want to say to that, Nihil? It's a good question, actually, because this is where it starts getting really... Go ahead.
Yeah, it also really depends on how sweaty of a lobby and or end game are we talking about. Because if you're talking about ranked, it's generally you're going to have a lot of time and space. And you'll be able to tell from pretty far out where people are. If it's comp, it's a different story. Okay, if it's ranked, what I would say is we saw 2 cool examples today. One of them of Stunny playing from his video where he was fighting this team that had some high ground over him on the hill. And he said, this is potentially a bad fight to take because they have a better position. But it was fine because he had enough distance from them that he can poke with his 30-30, try to look for that opening. And if he's not winning the trades, he's not going to get immediately killed. And so you can trade time and space to try and create that opening, which might allow you either to take the fight or simply to move up. And then you might have to do the same thing again, right? But this is why distance is your friend, because it allows you to try and create those openings that will allow you to take that position from them. And if it doesn't work, you should be okay, right? And if you think of another fight we looked at all the way at the start, we had a scrim game on E District where a team on Humbert Labs was trying to push the tower. And what we mentioned there is you have a better approach. You could run around, get a better position, get better angles. So don't run in straight from the bottom through the open at them, because it just gives you bad angles, right? So if you don't have a good walk up, just poke them from a little bit farther away, force them off the angle, and now suddenly you can take the fight, right?
The nice thing about rank too is for the most part, unless you're like final ring or second to final ring, you'll always have options in ranked. There's rarely ever a situation where there is no option, so you have to make one, right? That rarely happens. For the most part, you'll see the no option thing happen in comp. Like there's almost 0 options for the team to choose from, so they have to create an opportunity and just fight anything up ahead to get closer to zone.
Yeah, in ranked you can almost always go around.
Yeah, I wish
you shouldn't
actually
need to worry about that.
I wish I had these other clips. Hold on, let me hide my screen real quick. If I actually might have an example, just give me a sec. Hope I recorded it, but I don't think I did. Fuck, I don't have it. That sucks. Okay, well, I was just gonna show an example where there was a rank game and I was coaching someone, and they were playing live for me, and it was Diamond, like Zone 3. They had all the options in the world to go around, but they decided to port straight at a team and take the fight. And my first question when he died, my first question when he died was, why'd you do that? And he said, well, I mean, there was a team up ahead. The zone was closing. Like our best option was to fight. And I asked him, I was like, did you ever consider the option of going around or under them with your portal instead of porting straight at them? And he was like, you know what? No, I didn't. And I was like, well, from now on, the first thing I want you to do before fighting anyone ever is consider your options. If you can do something else instead of, running straight at a team, then go ahead and do that. But realistically, guys, you will always have more options. Even if you're in comp, there's always a lot of options. It's very rare that you have 0 options and you have to do, like the worst thing possible to make it out alive. Just always consider all your options. Always look at the minimap, look at how many teams are alive, where you're at on the zone, what is playable around you, what other fights you could take, where other players are playing. Like, always consider everything before you take a fight. Unless, like, the fight is very obviously free, of course. But yeah, that's pretty much all the time I have for today. Nihil, I don't know if you want to hang out with them and, answer any more questions, but like I said, this recording will be uploaded. My dumbass forgot to open my voice meter the first like 10-15 minutes, so the first 10 or 15 minutes will be missing because there's no audio, but it's about like an hour and a half. So if you guys ever want to watch it back, or obviously for those that didn't show up, they'll be able to watch it. But yeah, that's all the time I have for today. Nihil, you're the GOAT. Thank you for showing up. And feel free to ask any questions. You could always DM me or just put them in ask any questions. I'll probably just change this to ask questions. That way, Nihil, because I know you like answering as well. So I'll change that to ask questions. And yeah, thank you guys for showing up. You guys are the GOATs. You guys are awesome. I'm trying to just like teach as many people as possible. So it's really dope when people actually show up and hang out, ask questions, or just try to get better at the game.
Yeah, it's fun, dude. You got some good people.
I know, it's pretty dope. It's pretty cool. Be
Good
sick
time. A lot
to
of people showed up.
slowly. Yeah, I was gonna say I'd be sick to slowly grow this over time to the point where it's like 30, 40, 50 people at once in a sesh. That'd be fucking sick, dude.
That sounds like so many people. I can't be fucked.
Only thing I ask from all of you is just share the Discord. If you have any friends that want to get better and they're looking at getting coached by somebody, just let them know, hey, Stunny does this once a week for free. Just get them in here. Get all these people in here. Let's make everybody fucking good at the game. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll catch you all later. Have a good night. Love y'all. Peace, peace, peace.
Enjoy the birthday party.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.